Well, a very warm welcome to all of you joining us and this wonderful crowd at the iconic Westgate Resort and Casino just off the Strip in Las Vegas. You join us on day 4 of the Pro Billiard Series 10-Ball Las Vegas Open 2026, and what a match we have for you right now. The women's winner qualification matchup between the #1 ranked Yasmin Ushan. She's taking on one of the home favorites, Sophia MAST of the USA. So my name is Gethin Davis, and it's a pleasure to be joined in the commentating box today with my good friend and colleague, Tim de Ruyter. Well, Tim, great anticipation for this match.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what a great matchup. We have a multiple world champion here in the screen, Yasmin Ushan, taking on a young prodigy from the USA. But there is one stat, I'm going to throw it out there just early on. It's the last 2 times they have played each other on a PBS event, as far as I have seen, at least. It was Sophia MAST winning, 2 out of 2. So that could play in this match a lot.
Well, that's a lovely little step bit, and I have to say, both players are really firing in form, and they both came 2-0, 2-0 through the opening stages and took out some quite big names. Sophia beating Shui Jingjiang and Sylvania Liu, and also Yasmin taking out Nak Yong Song. It's been a great performance by both players so far. Yasmin Ushan winning the lag, and she will get us off on this race to 4 best of 3 sets.
Yeah, breaking with the newly released BK Rush. I do believe it's like a purple and gold, but we didn't really get the close up. Definitely something I would like to see. But it almost made a ball, but in the end it didn't. Now, probably a safety behind the 5, Geth? Or would you reckon she brings the cube all the way behind the 7?
Well, the 5 is a very nice target to aim for. Needs to be very good with the pace, and I think she's done it. Full ball cover. We may see Yasmin going airborne here. Just wondering if she would call the 10 as a bit of insurance.
Yeah, definitely would like to call the 10 on the side. Like, the main target is to get it safe on the 1. I would definitely pick something where I can be lucky as well. I think
Yeah,
she's trying to hook the cue up behind the 2-9.
What she has done is she's left the cue ball tight against the 7, which makes cueing rather difficult for Sophia, so she's jacking up here. And this could be a very good result from that safety attempt. And we have been seeing over the past few days, sometimes the players not making balls off the break, and it's been giving us a good view of their safety game. I know both these ladies are very competent. Be interesting to see who wins the battle.
Well, I do remember, that's one of the key points I do remember from those matches where Sophia beat Yasmin, is the fact that Sophia was outmoving Yasmin to the first shot. So for a young age, she does get a lot closer tactically than you would have ever expected, probably, against such a high caliber player as Yasmin. Just like this. This is a really good shot. Most of the players would not realize that bump on the 4 would stick the cue ball.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic. I was going to say, Tim, there's a lot of traffic around that 1 ball as well. That makes this really difficult. I'm just wondering even if there's an attempt to be made on it.
Yeah, I don't think she can get in between the 4 and the side pocket out. Maybe 3 rails in between the corner pocket and the 5 with a lot of right spin to shorten the angle. Quite firm and oh. Well, something happened there with the shot clock. The extension probably, the button glitched. Still has 20 seconds. I would say that's probably her best bet. Over the right side, a lot of pace, right spin. Yeah, what a hit.
Wow. Yeah, that was fantastic, and what a great result from it as well. Not leaving Sophia Mast an open shot, so we'll be looking for her to put Yasmin in more trouble. But with escapes like that, what sort of trouble could you put Yasmin in?
Yeah, this one a bit too short though. Yasmin kind of guaranteed to make a hit on this one ball. Of course, it's more about the leave than actually just hitting the ball. But the higher the odds to hit the ball, the higher the opportunity is to get lucky or to play a brilliant shot, either way. You go, good attempt into the corner and the hook, and if Sophia's cue ball would have been just more to the right side of the 7, Jasmine would not have been able to kick over the left side. Just small details.
I mentioned earlier on to viewers new to the tournament about calling the 10 for insurance. In this 10-ball format, early 10s do not count. They will be respotted, but if called, the player will continue at the table. Potting the 1 ball here, but not in a pocket called. So Jasmine will get back to the table here. It's called the top left pocket. Small gap between the 3 ball there. Oh, used the 3 ball and runs into the 5. Small threat that she could have hooked herself on the 5, but that's worked out really well, Tim.
Yeah, so we are now, is it almost 10 minutes in? First rack roll going, but as I've expected, a lot of safety play by the 2 of them. Another safety coming up behind the 6. We could be in for a very juicy battle with a lot of tactics.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if the stat you brought out at the start of the match may be in the back of Jasmine's mind as well, and showing great respect to her opponent, the pink dagger. Is there enough room for the 1 rail escape? Looks like it is. Did catch an edge, Tim, but may have left this 4 on into the center. The 5 is right at the top of the table. Might not be able to get up there if that's a straight shot into the center, Tim.
Yeah, well, she'll have to play this with a lot of pace to get from the 4 to the 5. That's why she chose for another safety. This one is quite a trap. Sophia won't be able to kick past the side. So that means either 2 rails or masse around the 7 in front of the side, and then it opens up the angle, it widens the angle a lot. This is always difficult, shooting away from the object ball. So the best way you can make a decent hit on the 4 is probably visualizing where you would want to get on the long rail, but then still it's a slippery cloth. New Arcadia Elite cloth by Predator and Simonis collaboration. Oh, this is another good hit. But
Whoa.
not much more.
Yeah, really unfortunate on the leave there. What a great shot. You could see from the camera angle, the cue ball did pick up a bit of slide. Wasn't far away from potting that. Now, just the wrong side of the 4 to be able to screw back for the 5. She may need to come in and out through the bottom of the table off the short rail. Needs to avoid the center. Well,
Wow.
didn't expect that, but was flirting with it. And that's going to make this 5 rather tricky. We may see another safety from Jasmine here. Yeah, possibly looking to swing the cue ball around a little bit more. And I have to say, from the overhead, Tim, that does look cuttable. And when Sophia does decide to go aggressive, she has a great shot-making ability. I didn't hear her call it, so just a containing safety. Didn't fancy it.
Yeah, wondering what is really the right shot. I like Sophia's patience, but maybe Yasmin could bank the 5, draw the cue ball over for the 6, or maybe even cut it, but that, I don't think the cut is really there. No, she tried to get the cue ball down table. You see, it was one of those odd positions where nothing obvious was laying, and in that case I sometimes feel like, well, I'd rather go for a bank, more risk, but at least I had something with the right purpose. Then the safety she just tried to play, it was super tough to and hold the 5 ball safe and the cue ball. This is not too great either, Gath.
No, I think she's going to be running into the 7 ball here, Tim, and well, your guess is as good as mine once that 7 ball starts moving. However, if she can try and drop it at the slowest pace possible. No, she's gone in with force, and that may have worked out quite nice, Tim. She could call the 10 here and play it dead weight, leaving the 7 over the pocket.
Yeah, just gotta be careful not to catch the right side of the 10, as the 7 ball might move towards the 9. That's why she's really cheated the pocket there.
Yeah,
barely any movement on the 7.
now needs to avoid the 9 ball here to get position on the 8. Should be able just to come across the table and leave a longer 8. Oh, she got closer than I imagined she could, and that's really nice. And this is a good opening opportunity, and wow, we've seen some safety play already, and we're only in the first rack, Tim.
Yeah, it does have a very short stroke in general, Sophia, but on the last shot you could really see where she flicks her wrist just that little bit to generate not that much power but more speed in the shot.
Yeah, has a great rhythm around the table. 17 years of age. World Junior Champion from Sarasota, Florida. It looks like, and she does take the 10 ball to open the account in this match, taking the opening rack, and will now get the break. As I mentioned, this is a race to 4 best of 3 set format, and if it were to go 3-3 in the third, we have the shootout format. But the race to 4s, Tim, have been creating some great matches so far. I mentioned both these ladies getting through quite comfortably in the earlier stages against tough opponents. Be interesting to see if Sophia Maus can get her break working, if she can stop Jasmine just getting that safety play working and turning the momentum. Breaking from the side. Look for that one ball to track towards the center pocket.
Well, the 5 does get the right direction, just doesn't make it. And an open shot, I believe, on the one ball for Yasmin with the combination on the 5.
Yeah, the one was heading in the vicinity of the center pocket, didn't drop. But it looks like that 9 may have come to spoil the party, Tim. And that was a push out. I wondered if I heard a call in the background. And this will give Sophia the chance to come out of her chair now and make a decision. Does she want to take this one ball on? Or does she want to give it back to Jasmine? And Jasmine will have had something in her mind, so be interesting to see if she does give it back.
Well, that has come up a bit short. Now, don't think Yasmin can hit the left side of the 1. Unless she plays a little bit of a swerve, which I don't mind at all. Bring the cue ball under the 2 or the 10, or even the 6. Just don't think there's much over the other side. Pushing the 1 over the side pocket usually gives something like a jump.
A little tap on the table with the cue there. Jasmine saw once the cue ball, the 1 ball was on its way over, it wasn't going to do what she wanted it to do, but it has fallen right up against the long rail. I think she was maybe going for the cannon on the 7 into the center. But what that has done is left a good shot on the 1 for Jasmine, and well, there's not really any problems if she can come across to the 2 here. Makes that nicely, Tim, and as I alluded to, there isn't many problems on the table. If she can just hold or bring the cue ball back a touch, she should leave a good angle on the 4 to be able to get up for the 5. was wondering, the 9's not going to come into play here, is it? Does she need to come across 2?
Yeah.
Long rail?
Yeah, I would definitely play 2. That way, there's no chance of having 3 balls, one of the 3 in between.
She's played that very well. Just having an inspection of the angle she wants to leave on this 6. This would be a good reply to Sophia's opening rack. You may be hearing a few announcements in the background. We do have the men's last 32 coming up after these matches. And that may have been the announcements for that, but look at the cue ball, it's just died.
Ooh.
On her there a little. That makes this shot really difficult, Tim. As you can see from that angle, it's just off straight. And just looking at if there are safety options, could she glance off the left-hand side of it?
I mean, it kind of looks like you gotta go. There's not too much safety going on. Keep your head still.
Oh,
Excellent
wow.
shot.
More importantly, being able to get the action on the cue ball from the elevation, and it just nibbled the 8 a little, created a bit of space, and that's worked out rather nice indeed. Little work to do here. To get down for the 10 ball. And in having to put a little bit more effort into it, Tim, I think that's what's forced the rattle. But look at how that 9 ball's landed.
Yeah, but on the other side, I think if you're Sophia, you feel like, okay, listen, I have Jasmine missing pretty decent opportunities already. She's not supposed to be at the table, but yet she is. So you could almost say that this is a free chance on the 9. Doesn't mean she has to go aggressive, but I'm more saying she can be quite relaxed on this opportunity. She's just gonna play the long game. Just, well, I gotta say it's perfectly straight for the bank, but she does have both balls near the rail, so awkward cueing.
Yeah, great pace from MAST there. Putting the maximum distance you can put between them from the long rail to the long rail. There is a gap between the 9 and the rail. That might help promote the bank. Oh, that's a nice shot from Jasmine.
But yet again, just slightly too far. I know I'm a bit of a picky customer, but if that 9 ball stays right behind the 10, it's so difficult to hit, and it's almost like a game winner.
With Sophia's pace so far, it's been spot on. She's looking to bring the 10 in between the 2 here, and that's just not worked out. But the 9 has gone past the center pocket, which makes this shot a bit trickier. However, that will not be the result she wanted from that. little applause from the crowd. And I like what you were saying, Tim. It was a free chance getting back into the rack for Sophia. Nearly got Jasmine in trouble. But as it turns out, the opening 2 racks going against the break, and that brings it back all square at 1 apiece in this opening set. And yeah, I have to agree, Tim, this could start getting, well, with the safety games that these ladies are capable of, if they don't start making balls off the break, we could be in for some fireworks. I also mentioned the start of the men's last 32 taking place after this round of matches. Also taking place today, we have a treat for you all. At 7 p.m. local time, the straight pool face-off between John Schmidt and Darren Appleton will commence. And that's a race to 150. And it's an absolute pleasure to see both of them guys in action, straight pool action. And we're back to our opening set, 1 apiece, Jasmine, Ushan to break.
Well, there's that beautiful view of the purple BK Rush. And this break comes in quite handy, makes the 1. That 2 ball blocked by the 4 might go to the side. And I do have a little bit of a bad news, possibly for Gethin, but especially for all the John Schmidt fans out there. Because John Schmidt had to go back home due to personal reasons, so his replacement will be Corey Duell. So we will have Corey Duell and Darren Appleton play the straight pool exhibition.
Fantastic. Well, I send my best to John. But the last time I saw Corey Duell was at a Moscone event in Blackpool, UK, many, many moons ago. It's going to be great to see him in action. I'm sure he still looks as young as he did then.
Well, and also they've played each other quite a numerous of times, if you think about indeed the Moscone Cup. So I'm not going to say there's tension between the two of them, but obviously they have a battle going on, a long-term battle, and yeah, I think it's gonna make for a great match. Oh yeah, she needed a bit more spin on that. So ball in hand for Yasmin. Good safety shot.
Real tricky spot that she left Sophia in there, and has been rewarded. Just looking around the table, no big problems for Jasmine. You come around very nice for the 4 ball. And we do have 2 other tables streaming for you at the moment. Over on table 2, Savannah Easton takes on Chu Chin Wei. Chu Chin Wei is ranked 2 in the WPA at the moment. And over on table 3, Chihiro Kawahara takes on Cheska Centeno. Oh, sorry, Centiro. My apologies. Great to be bringing you so much action from the event. And if you want to keep track of the schedule and scores, please do visit ProBilliardSeries.com for all the latest news and latest updates. She's picking these off nicely, Tim.
Yeah, it doesn't really have to travel the cue as much. Most of it is connecting the dots on this. And especially on the 9, doesn't have to do too much traveling to the 10, with the 10 being over the corner just that little bit. The only thing that she didn't really want was to be straight in on the 7, anything but straight.
Well, from the overhead, looks like there may be a squeeze that she could put on with some topspin, but need a lot of power. Oh, she's deciding to go the other way and take the longer 8. So she was that straight. Just taking a bit of extra time over this.
Well, I had to put quite a bit on the 8. She's just all right though. I think this is the angle that most of the players have practiced countless of times. Low left spin, 2 rails.
Yeah, played very well. And this to take her second rack in a row. And a 2-1 lead in this opening set, race to 4. She's not completely comfortable out there, a few mutters from herself, but still delivering, Tim, and asking a few questions of Sophia. However, well, it was just a very good safety that locked her up in a real big deal of trouble. And Jasmine pouncing on the ball in hand, so this is the sort of stuff we expect from these quality players. See the crowd building lovely. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, or rather 9:30 in the morning in Las Vegas. And crowd getting in there early to get their seats to see the favorite players. Great to see. If you want to come down, it's free entry. Q Sports International Expo going on at the same time. Come and meet your favorite players. Come and watch Jasmine Ushan break off in the 4th rack of our opening set. Didn't make a ball this time. She looked from the replay. The 1 ball was tracking, but the 5 smashed it out the way. And that will bring Sophia Mouse back to the table.
Well, did go for distance, needs the 1 ball to hold up. I think up till now, and it's of course very early in the match, with just 3 racks being played in 30-something minutes, is that Jasmine's safety play, she's been locking up Sophia just a tad more, like pulling the string a little more, just freezing the cue ball a bit more often. But that's also a lot of experience. And obviously when I just said that, she just went all in on that bank, and she's most likely left it over the corner. Look at this, went for the straight back, knowing that, look at the shape on the 2 ball if she had made it.
Well, the 1 didn't come down as far as it may have. And what a shot Sophia's played there. She's clearly listening to you, Tim, realizing, well, come and see how I can lock the cue ball up. Could be a one rail escape because the but still good safety. It's going to start asking questions of Jasmine also.
Oh, this might not get to a rail. Needs a 4-ball. Oh, that was just enough. Look at this. Doesn't go into the 5. Maybe it cuts just enough, but the difference also with hooking someone behind the ball, like freezing it on a specific side behind the ball, is huge. So if Sophia can block that, well, most of the time obvious one rail out, then Jasmine will give up a lot more ball in hands. Oh, this is starting to become quite the mess, Kath.
Yeah. You don't normally find yourself in these positions. And Jasmine's going to need to slide off the 1, but I feel that she would run into the 3 and go nowhere. And she's banking on that 3, getting in between the 1 ball and the cue ball. Don't think she has, and there is a call with the Karam onto the 5 ball to pop the 5, if she can see enough. I think that's what she's just called him. But where will the 1 and the cue ball go, I wonder? Oh, it didn't drop. Still messy down there, Tim.
Yeah, but you could play something real aggressive now, drawing the cue ball into the 5. And if you catch the 5 ball thin enough, the cue ball will bounce off the long rail and you might land on something with the 1 ball. Just try to, like, no, she's not playing it. Maybe.
I did like that,
maybe
though, Tim.
Maybe
Bit of an exhibition shot.
I should stop drinking this Fanta. Too much fantasy.
Well, you explained it well. That shot was on. And that's one way of being aggressive. Instead, the more conservative approach from Jasmine, which has been serving us so well so far. But Sophia could see this 1 ball. And I'm not sure that's worked out as she'd hoped. The cue ball's tracked a little bit further down the table than the 1. I think she called the 5 and makes it. The 1 ball has stayed over the pocket nicely. And played for the 2 in the bottom left corner. Would like to stun the cue ball as much as possible. Maybe even bring the cue ball back to leave a bit more angle on the 3. And this now looking like a good opportunity for Jasmine Ushan to get to the hill in this opening set. Still a bit of work to be done.
Yeah, some traveling indeed. From 6 to the 7. Nonetheless, a great chance to get herself on the hill in the opening set. And I mean, knowing Jasmine for quite some years, she's not the type of player that, well, I mean, we know as far as we know, Sofia has won the last 2 times they've played on such an occasion. Maybe they've played on the WPBA events as well. I didn't really track all the results. I mean, how can you follow every tournament? but I'm saying, like, I know Jasmine will not be like, oh no, I have to play Sofia again. She's gonna be like, okay, last 2 times she's got me, now it's my turn. Like, she'll have that positive attitude. And that's what's showing right now. I feel like she's guns blazing in the start of this match.
Oh.
And obviously, just when I said that, it is. Oh, yeah. I mean,
unbelievable how that happens to us.
Who would have expected that? A miscue, what a time.
What a time.
That long bridge. She was going very low, but it looked like she just barely scooped it. And that can shatter the confidence too.
Yeah, and a great opportunity for Sofia to steal this one. And give her the break into the 5th rack. Maybe didn't want to come down as far for this 8 ball. You see the highlights of the hair matching the shirt glove combination for the pink dagger. Great view. She took it down into the corner pocket. Played it nicely. And this is what she's going to do, Tim. Jump on any mistakes from Jasmine. Wasn't able to do it earlier in the set, but on this occasion, it looks like she will, and she has. Takes the 4th rack, brings the score back to level at 2-2, and will get the break. So, a little swing for us. And after Jasmine winning 2 in a row, Sofia's back on the board. Well, that was unfortunate news about John. I also, after bringing up some of our side events, tomorrow we have an absolute corker if you want to set the alarms. At 3 p.m. local time, we'll have the mixed doubles turbo. That'll be 8 teams matching up in 10 ball. There's a $40,000 pot. Starts at 3, finishes at 8 p.m. for the final. It's going to be fast, furious. So please do come back tomorrow and join us for that as well. So Sofia MAST bringing the scoreline back to 2-2. Not happy with the cue ball. Referee will sort that out right now. And we'll come back to break him from the side. There really was something on that ball. It's not wanting to come off. Crowd looking on.
As a player, I mean, I'm quite sure a lot of people will do this. They will make a little bit of a wet spot on the cue ball and then they rip it along the cushion, and then usually the dirt goes off, but then you're actually using the table to clean the ball, which, I mean, they're trying to keep the table clean. So that's not something I would suggest for people at home, but that's also why it might have cost him a bit more time.
Good advice, Tim. Another dry break, and it's left the 1 ball on the short rail. Jasmine's going to be reaching. just wondering if she can slide off the right-hand side of it. And maybe not even slide, but bring it round 2 rails near the 9 ball. Bring all of that cluster in the bottom left of the table into play. Avoids the 9, but needs to avoid the corner pocket. Does successfully, and again, keeping the pressure on her opponent. I think she brought a jump stick with her, Tim. Looking to go over the 8 ball here. Wasn't far away where the 1 ball has run into the 5 and potted it. I thought the cue ball was just going to track behind the 4. It hasn't. But it has made that 2 ball a little trickier.
Yeah, how to get on that 2? You might have to play for a window between the 4 and the 8. But then it's very easy to land just to where you do not have the angle to the left to go from the 2 to the 3 ball. So there's still a lot of things that can go wrong on this specific shot, even though, well, the 1 ball is hanging over the corner. This is where most pool players still struggle to get to their next destination. She's going 2 rails. Tried to play into the line where she always was going to have that angle. Just slightly soft. The good news is she has the angle. The bad news is she needs a bit more of a recovery shot to the top left. A bit more distance.
Yeah, to play this at dead weight would be really difficult. She's played it in such a fashion that if it hung over in the corner pocket, there was a good chance she was going to leave her opponent in trouble, and she has done that. And yet again, a familiar pattern is emerging. Sophia Mast back to the table with her jump stick. Oh, great jump over the 4 and the 7. Unfortunately not making the 2. And look where that 2's gone, Tim. Right over the centre bag.
Yeah, I gotta say, terrific effort. But it always hurts, not just missing that ball, but then look what she's given up. Especially now towards the end of the set, any mistake could be a set, well, winner or loser, depends on what perspective you look at for what player. But yeah, any mistake can be very costly at this point in the set at 2 each.
I think Yasmin has just made a small unforced error there. She looked to play it in a way to push the 3 down a little. It's actually gone into the path of the 8. So time to lock Sophia up again. And as you were saying earlier, Tim, when they can get that cue ball touching the object ball, it really narrows down options this time, as you can see from this angle. I love the overhead. There is a little gap, so the 1 rail should be on. She's gone in with pace. And the 3.
She did call that corner. Now I'm not sure if she actually tried to use the 10 ball. I wouldn't think so. Now another opportunity. Just gotta find the center of the table, I feel like. Angle a bit too wide to play for the 4 to the center. Perfect pace. Get to the top side of the 7, so stun right probably. just to make sure she has the natural angle to drop the 6 and the 7 in the sides. She does realize the importance of this rack. As you could see, she was aligning herself on that 4 ball, taking a bit more time to get the right line, knowing that that was one of the potential banana skins. We've seen her miss, I believe, 1 ball where we both couldn't believe she actually missed it. Well, this was, or this could have been similar.
Yeah, stunning the cue ball there to leave a nice natural angle on the 8. It does look like a good opportunity for Jasmine to get to the hill first in this opening set. And we'll get the break. Arguably has been getting a bit better off the breaks.
Yeah, was supposed to be on the hill early, but she still gets there now. 3-2 lead for Yasmin Ushan. Yet, still wonder at times, is there a nickname for Yasmin Ushan?
Good question, Tim. I was having a little look around that earlier, pre-match. Well, there isn't an official one in the pool world, but she does go by Jassy, Jassy. I'm not sure if that's just through friends and family or if that's coming from her previous efforts in her TV appearances in the dancing competition series. But Jassy is certainly the one that kept coming up for me. Her opponent, the pink dagger, well, that's as intimidating as it gets. So Jasmine Ushan, Jassy, just shrugging and throwing her arms out a bit just to get the circulation for this break. She leads 3 racks to 2 on the hill in this opening set.
Well, plenty of balls going in this time, and a big cut on the 2 following. Put a lot into the break there. 3 balls in. We don't really get to see those very often.
Ball's flying in, Tim, and if the 1 hadn't have dropped, that would have given Jasmine a better opener here. You said thin cut on the 2. Very thin cut indeed. We know her propensity to put her opponent in trouble.
Well, with the way she breaks, with the intensity she always brings to the matches, I would more consider like Yasmin the force or Yasmin the power, just like Phil Taylor, you know. Yasmin the power Ushan, but well, I mean, I'm not the guy that's gonna give people nicknames. That's definitely not up to me. But it's weird. I mean, almost all the pro players, they have a nickname. Most of them have a nickname, and for someone that's been active in this industry for such a long time, oh, she missed. She did go for the 2 in the side. Difficult cut, easy to miss it just by a hair.
I think she even had the line right there, and it just took the second bounce over it.
Very possible, yeah.
Yeah. That 8 ball was just hampering it. I didn't know if there was a gap between the 8 and the 3. Clearly wasn't. Jasmine at the table with ball in hand and, well, could be the opportunity she needs to take this first set. I have to say, when we were looking at Sophia Mast take that jump shot there, I've been so impressed at the juniors that have been coming through. Sophia, 17 years of age, world junior champion. They really do have an extra tool in their bag. They use that jump stick so accurately. Just changes how you play safety shots against these players.
Yeah, a little bit pokey there on the 5 ball for Yasmin. Will be interesting. I think she's just okay. She could choose to hold this, slide this in with outside spin, get to the center of the table, but she likes a full stroke. She's going to use a bit more power. She did catch that a bit thick.
These are the
One
sort
good
of
shot.
shots. I was going to say, Tim, these are the sort of shots where I start flirting with the center pocket. Jasmine will be fully aware of that.
Yeah, playing low left. 3-4 rails. And that cue ball is going to stay on the table, and that means we will see Yasmin Ushan clinch the opening set. And that is going to give her a great feeling. And it looks like both players will be looking to leave the arena for a bit. They've played an hour set. So that means Catherine Davis and myself, Tim de Ruiter, we are going to nip out for a short little break as well. We'll be right back with the second set.
Well, a very warm welcome back to our PBS Women's Las Vegas Open 2026 winners qualification matchup between Jasmine Ushan and Sophia MAST. Jasmine Ushan taking the opening set, 4 racks to 2. My name is Gethin Davis, and joining me back in the comms box for the start of the second set, Tim Dorauta. Sophia MAST to break, Tim.
Yeah, she's made one, no future on this one ball though. But you gotta say, Sophia, I mean, there was a bit of a safety battle on the 9 which she lost. That could have maybe made a bit more of a difference in the opening set, but besides that, Jasmine clinical, not too many mistakes, so strong set from both, very enjoyable to watch. Hopefully both ladies can keep this play up.
Yeah, it's been top quality, and as you said, Jasmine certainly getting the better of the safety battle on this occasion so far. Sophia just adding the extension to her cue and playing the push out, which will leave a little look at the yellow 1 ball. She could give it back to Sophia. Very thin cut. Looking to bring the 5 in between. She's done that really well. And another occasion where Sophia comes to the table with no look at the object ball, and Jasmine's game plan certainly rewarding her at the moment.
Well, there is definitely a lot of positives for this young Sophia MAST if you consider the fact that she's still very young and she's moving with one of the best. I mean, if you understand how many titles Jasmine has won, there have been seasons where we have 6 Euro Tour events a year and where she would win all of them, or like almost all the European Championships, 4 disciplines. You know, just occasionally she's lost like one to, for example, Christina Tkach. But for many years she's been so dominating. So if you can actually move, play the tactical exchange with someone of her caliber, then you would have to say the future is very bright.
And for Sophia, very likely bright pink. Taking the 1 into the center pocket. She's left herself an angle to take on this. Well, maybe she doesn't need to take on the cluster of the 4-8. She's just had a look to see if the cannon is on.
Yeah, a bit surprised she went for the cannon. I would say with how close the 4 and the 8 are still together, she might have been able to throw the 8 still in. I guess we're never gonna know unless she'll try and jump, throw the ball in. By throw, I mean the friction it causes.
Oh, wasn't far away at all, Tim. Has come out of it rather nicely. But yeah. Look at this jump shot. Fantastic. Was so close to potting the 8. What the 8 has done is it's running a nasty position for the 6, so.
Well, on the long run though, if you've seen how close the 8 actually got, I'm a bit surprised she went for the bump on the 3 ball into the 4-8. And if Jasmine can stick the cue ball between the 6-8. Put some juice on the cue ball, some left spin. Or even the distance, get the cue ball behind the 9. Then Sofia has given Ushan the opportunity to do so. Ooh.
Just leaked. Not too sure it's leaked enough though, Tim. Sofia's going to be queuing over the 8, it appears. If she can see the potting angle, it's not a bad chance to get on the 5. Takes a chunk of the 5. That might not be a problem.
No, I think it works rather well. She might have to play this with low left. Drawing the cue ball just by the 7. Coming in from that line, I think it's easier to get nice on the 6-8 combination than traveling forward. Looks like she's going forward, so she needs the perfect pace. She's gotten off angle on this 6-8 combination now. She does not have to take this on Geth. She could still nestle the cue ball on the 8-1 rail.
Yep. Came past the 7, which was the most important bit. Oh, and look at that. She's played that really well. I'm not too sure I would have gone with that much pace. Sofia, to great effect, makes the 8, and great shape left on the 6 too. And that has slowed up. Nice opportunity for the corner pocket. And then it's all about from the 9 up to the 10. And this would be the best of starts for MAST in the opening rack in the second set. Pumps in the 9, needed to. Throwing the cue ball off the long rail. And after a rare mistake from Jasmine Ushan, Sofia MAST gets off to the best start possible. Opening rack of this second set, leads 1-0. It's a must-win set for her. And, well, Tim, she made a ball off the break in the last rack. Promising signs, as we see in the background. Great crowd here at the Westgate Resort and Casino. It's been like this so far all week. We're on day 4. We do have 2 commentated stream tables for you. On our other table, table 2, Savannah Easton takes on Chu Chin Wei. And on table 3, which we also stream without commentating, is Chihiro Kawahara. And she's taking on Cheska Santiro. And if and when we get opportunity, we'll try and bring a couple of score updates for you as well. Well, Tim, our good friend of the team, Michael Salmon, is normally putting the stats up about now. I'd have to say Jasmine probably getting the better of the safety stats, but the stats on the break may be a bit more level.
Well, it's funny that you actually start about stats, because in the description on Pro Billiard TV, so everybody that's watching, there is a link. You can check out the stats. I do believe actually 4 more matches running at this moment, not just this one. So if you're wondering how the stats really are, just go over, have a little look.
Good control of the cue ball, but nothing tracking towards a pocket, Tim, and the 1 ball is sat rather nicely for Jasmine here. Again, that 1 ball not far from the center pocket, hitting the jaw. And a really good spread of the balls as well. I was mentioning, Tim, the best of 3 set format, making for some exciting matches. But one thing on top of that is the fact we're not using a magic rack, we're using the Predator AeroRack. And that's also made for some interesting outcomes from the breaks. And that has encouraged the safety battles somewhat. This is not so nice on the 2.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if she actually goes for something aggressive on the 2 ball. Possibly just playing the 2 in between the 5 and the 9. Distance. Would have liked a little bit more base to get the 2 ball to the rail, as Sophia might get the jump cue out and go aggressive. If you make this, you could get, well, I mean, some say it's luck, some say it's skill. You could get nicely on the 3 ball.
Well, Sophia's been jumping with great success, not making as many pots from the jumps. And again, on that occasion, not successful in potting the 2, but she's been jumping in such a fashion that she's been getting good cue ball. And now, maybe returning the favour, and we may, as we've been witnessing a battle of the safeties, we could be now witnessing a battle of the jumps. No, 2 rails round the back of the 2 ball is the order of the day. Good contact. And the cue ball has dressed up behind the 3 ball, I believe. And yet again, Sophia Mast, I'd be interested to see what the stats are on how many jump shots she's made in this match so far. We're certainly in the double figures.
Yeah, that's definitely what you expect with these 2 players battling it out. So much tactical play that eventually one of them is going to get the jump cue out. But Sophia now a couple times where she's jumped and things just seem to be landing open.
Yeah, the blue 2 into these tight Predator arc center pockets may not be the order of the day. Jasmine may play safe here and push up behind the 9. It looks like she has, but that's not close enough to the 9, Tim.
Now she's missed a couple jumps. She's looking at... I'm surprised she's not jumping this. Can she not reach that?
No, she is right-handed. The cue ball was sticking out a bit further than where the 2 is, so she was going to have to lean out across the table. didn't fancy it. And has looked to push the 5 and 6 into a tricky spot, but there may be a shot on that 5 up into the corner pocket. And if there is, that makes the run out possible for Jasmine without having to run up into them. Just wondering from the angle of the cue there, Tim, is she looking to put Sophia back in trouble again?
No, I think she's going aggressive. She's just... Or not. Not so sure about this choice, though.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a bit interesting. Like, why would you want to make that 3 ball and not get to the right side of the 4? Unless she was afraid of missing the ball and selling out. But then also now, if she plays a 4-10 combination, it's not something guaranteed to open up the 5, right? So there must be a safety now.
It looked like she was looking to put the cue ball frozen against the 7. I was wondering if that was played at a pace that maybe it would hang over the corner pocket for her after, but yeah, difficult one to understand. But a great recovery if there is not a gap between the 7-5 and Sophia jumping out of her chair and coming over to inspect. No, there is no window. Looking at the angle across the table, I prefer the 2 rail here, Tim. Oh, she just come around the back of it.
Yeah, and this ball in hand does make a big difference. With this ball in hand, she can put herself ideal to increase the chances of opening the 5 ball nicely.
Well, she just had a look at if the 5 passes the 6, but that 8 ball's clearly in the way as well. I don't know if she's thinking of the safety off of this.
Oh. Okay, rolling up on the 6. She's playing it super tight. But then again, she might be thinking by herself, listen, just stick to the game plan. If I start to get a bit too loose, Sophia might get me again, or like might put me under some pressure.
Yeah, you have to say, great respect being shown by Jasmine. And sticking to the game plan. And if it isn't broken, Tim, don't fix it. So not only does Sophia need to make a hit on this, she ideally wants to leave us safe. She's calling a ball in a pocket and an extension. Both players on a 30-second shot clock, as you can see down in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. They have 1 extension they can call per rack. And in these safety exchanges, that 1 extension can be valuable. She's got an edge. Where's the 10? Well, she makes contact on the 5, Tim, and has not left an easy one for Jasmine. She takes a step back to survey her options. And not as many options for the safety here. Just wondering if she can screw the cue ball behind the 8. Oh, I think that's what she went for. Got good 5. But yeah, big difference between being behind the 8 and giving Sophia a clear look at the 5.
Oh, cue ball a bit pacey, but that run into the 8. Well, it might actually have left just a bit of a gap, but a little different bump into the 8 would have been a dead trap for Ushan. Beautiful line, just a pace. Yeah, slightly firm. Oh, she's still kicking at this though, a long way.
Got a chunk of it. And a small applause from the crowd. That was a difficult shot. And the 5 is not really in a potable position, as you can see.
Well, especially with all the balls near the rails, it's so difficult to get the hook kicking at the 5. And oh, what's that cue ball? Oh,
Sophia. Do you know, I think she called the bottom left pocket there and needed to avoid the 9. The fact that she ran the 5 into the 9, I think the cue ball came off at a different angle than what she anticipated. She needed to catch it a bit thicker. Now, that 6 is quite tight to the long rail. But with ball in hand, Jasmine will be looking to get that cue ball somewhere over towards it. She's going to have to run through for the 7 here, Tim.
yeah, maybe the 7 top left or top right.
I don't think that was exactly to plan, but that's not turned out bad at all, Tim.
I don't think she could have. Don't think she could have landed any better. I mean, she can bring the cue ball into the short rail and out.
Yeah, it's turned out really nice. Needs to just treat this carefully to take the 9 perhaps into the same pocket. But you'd have to say the game plan is working, even if sometimes it doesn't look like it's going Jasmine's way. Ooh.
To then miss that 8.
Yeah. She was looking just to cheat it a little bit to hold the cue ball around the 9. Otherwise she may have been going too thin and running into the 9. So a rare error, and that will bring Sophia Mast back to the table with a chance of extending her lead in this second set. What a great time to do it. Playing the 9 onto the 10. The 10 will be respotted. Quite a bit of distance between these two, and the 9 will go a little bit higher up the table, you feel. Always tricky to judge, but I have to say, that's not bad at all, Tim. She could have finished a lot trickier on that. Needs good position on the 10. And has got it.
Well, gifting one to Sophia Mast. Well, Sophia must win this second set. So she's definitely gonna take that.
Absolutely. And I can't imagine many will be coming her way. But if and when they do, and she's able to pounce, well, Sophia Mast could not only be back in this match. But she could be swinging this momentum. We'll get the break. Did make ball on the last break, if I remember rightly, Tim. In fact, on her last 2 breaks. So starting to get it to work. Persisting with breaking from the side. But yeah, they're standing in the background as well. A lot of people here to watch. Great atmosphere. All tables in play. Just having a look at the other matches underway at the moment. Over on table 3, Chihiro Kawahara against Cheska Centino. They're locked at 3 apiece in the second set. Chihiro taking the opening. If you want to have a look at the others, please do visit ProBilliardSeries.com and you'll be a click away from the fixtures, the scores and the schedule.
Well, I do have some news for everybody watching. I'm very sure there will be Carlo Biado fans watching this match or Shane Van Boning fans watching this match. And both of them will appear on the stream table in the last 32. Shane Van Boning will be taking on Miguel Salvia from the Philippines on table 2. And Carlo Biado will take on David Alcaide. So some cracking matchups coming after this. So just make sure to check out the schedule at ProBilliardSeries.com, or just make sure you subscribe at the Pro Billiard TV channel.
Well, a try break from Sophia. Jasmine has got a look on this 1 ball. I'm just wondering if there's a chance to roll the cue ball up behind the 9. It doesn't look like that shot is on.
I think there is a roll up on the 9. I think it is there. You can even play it to where you can play it more firm. Take the hook behind the 3 in the worst case. She still gotta get the pace right. She was a bit off there. And this is interesting. Like, I have seen this before where Sophia takes a bit of a lead against Yasmin and then suddenly mistakes start to creep in. This is a true battle that, trust me, just trust me once, we might see one that goes all the way till the end. Like, I've seen it a couple times already and I would not be surprised if it happens again. This is a true battle.
A true battle indeed. And a little lapse in concentration from Sophia there. And has left the big window open for Jasmine. Had a good opportunity to lock her up in a bit more trouble than this. And Jasmine looking to bring that 3 ball into play. And that's a much better response. And that 8 ball blocking a lot of her options. So, round the back of the 7. Oh, there wasn't much room to play with there. And sadly, Sophia did miss the ball. I was going to say even sadder was that she opened up the 2. However, look at where the 5 and the 7 have ended up. Ball in hand for Jasmine, looking to make some moves.
Well, I think she's only gonna move to another safety. Sure, I mean, she can go for the run out. The biggest problem is the fact that the 5 and the 7 are locked. We need the ideal angle on the 4 to open up the 5 and the 7. And you could play a good safety on this 2 ball. Stick the cue ball with the 6. I almost see no value in still trying to go for the run. Yeah, and she's frozen that cue ball onto the 6. And this is what I'm saying. No easy one railer over the right. No easy one railer over the left. The top short rail mostly blocked. This is quite a trap. She might have to go top short rail, right long rail, bottom short rail, make contact, push the 2 up to the 5-7 and hook the cue ball behind the 3 ball. But then I woke up.
Well, that looks like the line she's trying to take. But if there was any need to get some right-hand effect on the ball, that 6 is spoiling the party, so this needs to be judged to perfection. Oh, she tried going one rail at it. Wasn't far away at all. For the second time in this match, in this rack, Jasmine's got the cue ball in her hand. And that's 2 fouls. Is it 2 fouls?
Yes.
I'm trying to think back now. I was focusing so much on the pattern left for Jasmine here. Little lapse in concentration.
Did she not have the ball in hand on the 1 and then she moved the cue ball up to the long rail and played this stick safety behind the 6? I think Sophia is at 2. Still needs to freeze the cue ball again. The thing is also, if you have 2 minutes a ball in a regular match where there's no shot clock, no referee, this is easily done. But being rushed, you see that cue ball is not frozen to the 3 ball. And I'm not saying this is a bad shot. This is still, for a lot of people, difficult to hit. But it does give Sophia a bit more opportunity to make a hit, either 2 rails or 3 rails.
Yeah, the majority of visits that Sophia has been left from Jasmine have normally been in trouble. She's made a fantastic hit on that. How far is that 2 ball rolling? I don't think it's rolled far enough, but don't take anything away from that escape. That was a fantastic shot.
Well, you could see a little bit, the disappointment on Jasmine's face. And I just want to point out, with the safety she played behind the 3 ball, is if she had stuck the cue ball with the 3, Sophia was not able to go over that right side. And this is not horrible.
Cue ball catching the jaw of the center pocket, which has kept it down at the top end of the table. No open shot for MAST here, but a good opportunity. She slid off the side, avoided the 9. And a little nod of approval from Jasmine. And the tides have turned somewhat in this 3rd rack.
Well, one thing is certain, every time that cue ball is not played enough distance, Sophia is going to put you right back in the box, but then in a lot more trouble. 2 rail escape, beautiful hit. This is more like it. Okay, you cannot control the outcome 100%, but this, I would say this is the perfect hit on the 2. And I mean, it's containing, awkward queuing over the 8. This might slide over. Oh, just stopped.
That's
You need
nice.
a couple of these. Occasionally, you need a couple of these, you know, to beat a top player. But things are going just right for the youngster.
Just glanced off the edge, and that hasn't found cover. Doesn't look like the cut would be on from the overhead, and the 6 is blocking the path into the corner pocket, so very likely another safety from our players here. And, well, we're being treated to some fantastic battles backwards and forwards between these two, and that looks to be another great shot.
Yeah, the only thing you could imagine is the fact that, well, what's the percentage for Jasmine to make a hit on this 2-ball? So, or Jasmine she's even going the jump cue, which I'm a bit surprised about. She probably believes she can stop the cue ball behind the 5-7.
Jasmine running around the table. And Sophia, a familiar sight, not given anything to get her teeth into, really. And when she has, she's pounced. And on this occasion, another successful jump shot, but not getting safe and leaving the 2-ball with a clear path to the centre pocket. And, well, after a safety battle, you'd like to say advantage Jasmine at this point, but she's been playing rather conservative, Tim, and has been erring on the side of precaution. That's been a game plan, and where that 5 is, she may decide not to take on this closing pattern. She doesn't look comfortable out there, does she, Tim?
Another safety on this 3-ball, wow.
Yeah.
Now, earlier on, I could imagine with not that much space over the left side of the table, could imagine the run out was a lot more difficult, but now the 3-ball was on. She could have played shape on the 4 to play the short side of the 5-ball. I kind of liked her to go aggressive now. This time you cannot always duck.
Well, Sophia having a little look at that 5. Didn't know if that suggested there was a gap between the 6 and the 7 for the centre pocket. If there is, this is a great position to take it on. As you know, Tim, these Predator Arc tables are not very forgiving on these centre pockets. You have to be precise. Great angle, great shot, great pot, and wow. She's sticking in there, and after coming to the table so many times with no real opportunity, Sophia Mast from the USA is staring at the chance of getting to the hill in the best possible fashion in this second set, Tim.
Yeah, don't count Jasmine out for this set though, but you gotta say She looks a little bit flustered right now. Oh, this will be a bit pacey. This will be on the rail. Now, she can at least make the ball in the corner. That 9-10 combination is nothing to worry about. Even if you take a bit more distance, it's more about stay low, finish that stroke, don't move, make the ball. Ooh, and just a little bit of snatch, a little bit of movement on that 8. That was a huge opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. That cue ball not behaving for Sophia. That made this 8 ball for her really tricky. As you saw, the moment she connected with it, she realized the pot wasn't going to be made. Got it rather quickly, knowing Jasmine was coming back to the table. I was going to say with a really good chance, but probably wanted to do more with the cue ball there. Was using the Predator extension. Makes it a bit trickier and has now come up a bit short for this, Tim. From looking rather indecisive in her previous visit to the table. And that camera shot showed a sense of disappointment. She's gone for the cannon, called it, made it. How's her luck on the 9? Ooh, that's
well, this is
rather thin
this
cut.
is steep. I mean, I kind of feel like you gotta go. You cannot just always duck. You gotta cut this in. You gotta have to play this with a bit of left. Use like a stop stroke, you know. You tap the ball, cut it in. The cue ball will go naturally 2 rails. No, she is not taking it on. And I mean, occasionally Sophia is going to win one of those safety battles, you know, towards the end of the rack. You cannot just always battle on this. Imagine if Jasmine would do this 10 times. Maybe she'll win 7 out of 3. But this moment in the match where Sophia's 2-0 up, this is huge. She's played a heck of a shot there on the 9. Super thin slice.
That was brilliant. Could probably not see much more of an edge and feathered it. Don't think there was a call, Tim. Looking to bring the 10 in play.
Well, and this, Sophia has earned that opportunity. Could cut this in the corner. Could go for the cross-side bank. Like, know when to go. I don't think pushing this to the top short rail is... Oh, she was able to make this in the side as well. Wow. In that case, I mean, this is what I mean. I think Jasmine should have taken on the cut on the 9. And that might cost her the second set. This is to get on the hill. Sophia must.
Wow, the pink dagger has taken the 3rd rack to lead. 3 racks to 0 in this second set. Takes the hill. The best possible response to the opening set. And, well, we've been treated to some great safety play. And the fans in the background there at our Westgate Resort and Casino must be on the edge of their seats. I've really liked what I've seen, and so easy for Sophia to get her head down, especially not getting any look at the balls for quite a considerable amount of time. And she's kept in there. She's kept ahead. And she's on the hill in this second set, looking to take this to a 3rd set finale. God, it really is filling up, Tim. The Westgate Resort and Casino, opened in 1969, was the biggest hotel in the world at the time. And it's where Elvis Presley saw his comeback and played out here for well over 600 shows. Today, it's Sophia MAST, and she breaks on the hill. Oh, the 4-ball goes in.
Yeah, makes the 4-ball, but every time you do not make the 1 with this cut break, it just moves over to the top short rail and it eliminates a lot of opportunities to get shape. So back to push out play. Could tie the 8 and the 10 together. She is looking at just to keep the game in the open, which is interesting. With this scoreline, she could close it a little bit more.
Well, she's asking a question of Jasmine here. There are safety options. If she can get the cue ball round behind the 8-ball, she may be able just to keep the 1-ball down in that pocket, but has elected to give it back to Sophia, and well, Sophia will have had an idea in the back of her mind when she called that push shot.
Oh, and well, that 1-ball might have slowed down just enough to where it doesn't go. And have a little peek at the 3-ball now. The game has been locked up, so we're gonna see a lot more safety. She's gonna roll up on the 7. Makes no sense to make the 1.
Yeah, doing exactly as you suggested, Tim. Has left the 1-rail escape, and in doing so, Sophia has called the 1-ball in the bottom left corner. If she's thinking of doing that and succeeding, I would suggest a bit of pace on the cue ball to bring it out for the 2. She did. Came around the backside of the 1. Not a bad leave. Looks like she's cut off half of the 1-ball for Jasmine there. I'm not sure if that's a mistake. That 1-ball has a pathway through to the corner pocket. I think Jasmine was looking to come behind or at least throw the 2 into the mix. She hasn't done so. And she's made it clean as a whistle. Unfortunately, that cue ball's rolled up a little bit further than she'd hoped, and that's made this 2 a bit trickier to the corner pocket.
Oh, and she's missed it just a tad too wide. I mean, obviously that could happen, but maybe she was working the cue ball a bit more to get nice and straight on the 3-8, or maybe just a little bit scared of a scratch in the side. But definitely a lot of pressure on Jasmine's side. She also realizes that any mistake at this point could cost her the set. she played both of them played a really strong opening set. But Jasmine's wheels have come up slightly, or come off slightly after that miscue, I feel like.
Looking to put Sophia in trouble here. Oh, right behind the 5-8. That is a great shot. Gee, look there. The cue ball checking lovely off the long rail. The 3 resting up on the short. But where that cue ball's landed, there's not really many options for MAST here.
Now, I do like to just push the 5 ball over to the 7. I mean, you're taking a fall anyway, so you can actually just make a double tap, right? Double hit, push the 5 onto the 7. Kicking at this 5 ball, occasionally you're gonna leave a 5-8 combination, which, I mean, it's all about that 5 ball right now. Don't think there was any escape, was there? Great save from Jasmine.
Yeah, I agree. There was really nowhere to go. That combination just looks slightly off. Could do with the cue ball coming down low. It has done.
But how is she gonna get on the 5? That 5 ball's tracking towards the left long rail. Cue ball's tracking a little bit towards the 10, let's say. Maybe a bit more towards the short rail in between the 6 and the 10. So not easy to get shape unless she's gonna play this double pace and the cue ball back to the center of the table. Oh, and this is now a tough cookie.
Yeah, she did inject more pace into that. Cue ball has hung around near the 10 ball and left a long 5 on, and where that centre pocket is, it narrows down the options for position on this 6. So yeah, a tough cookie indeed, Tim. So tough, she decided to leave it in the jar and put as much distance between the 2 balls as possible. Now, with not much option to get the cue ball behind, Sophia could go aggressive here.
She must go aggressive here. Look at that 10 ball. Oh, that 10 ball is making the bank so huge. I mean, she's played good pace on this safety, but you had the bank. Cue ball was going naturally 2 rails for the 6. You have a bigger pocket. I kind of felt like she would have made it.
Yeah, I agree. And this is not only very makeable for Jasmine, she would like to think that cue ball will come back round for the 6 as well. The cue ball has come round for the 6, but didn't make the pot, and has left the cue ball in maybe an even trickier position for Sophia. Similar shot on the 5. It's all happening out here, Tim.
Well, just watch that cue ball. Doesn't want to scratch. Scratch is close. Oh, this might be even worse.
Oh. Well, many times in this match, Jasmine Ushan has put Sophia MAST in trouble. On this rare occasion, Sophia's done it to herself, and this is a awful position that she finds herself in. If that cue ball had stopped 3 rolls shorter, she was in great position to take the second set, but look at what we have here.
I mean, for where she was laying, I really like the shot she's played. At least Jasmine will have to play a good 7-9 combination, which is a bit off angle. The 9 is frozen to the rail, so it's yeah, well, more likely to go wrong than to go right. Look at this 7-9 in this view. I am not a big fan. I mean, you gotta go for it. There's no way you can say, well, let's play another save, but this is just... You cannot go into them because the scratch is pretty close. And then the combination is tough. Well, what do you do? She's put, well, the bank was another option, but with the bank, I'm not sure what you're really gonna get on the 9. Like, it's kind of a guess. Unless she's playing a 2-rail bank now on the 7 to the bottom right corner in this look, and then the cue ball behind the 9 just in case. But it's a funny one. She might be playing completely safe. Just cut the 7 into the 9. Wow. I mean, I don't know what has happened to this match, but we went from nice offensive style to completely locked up. We are in lockdown right now.
Well, that's a testament to Sophia Mast's shot after leaving herself in trouble. Good demonstration of old head on young shoulders, pushing that 7 up to the 9. It's left her in this rack, and that's not a bad shot at all either. We were talking about going aggressive, Tim. This is lined up quite nicely for the bank.
Well, same thing. There's like a half table distance to the 7 ball, so you should be able to aim this half ball and get close. Should give yourself a chance on this. Yeah, she has done that. But then again, she did not take care of the cue ball.
Oh.
Beautiful
Lovely
straight
bank.
back. I mean,
jeepers. Both players in this rack putting themselves in tricky predicaments. As you look back at the replay, Jasmine Ushan making that 7 did not want to end up here on the 9, and here we go again, Tim.
well, I can now officially tell you all that the next match starting on this table, Carlo Biado and David Alcaide, they will have to wait till this match is over. So they're not gonna be starting in time. This 9 ball a bit pacey. I think it's just okay. Now this time the bank not as favorable. Cannot just hit it half ball, you have to cut it exactly perfect. More distance. Something aggressive on the 10 could possibly be there, like a carom. Could use the extra rail. She is going aggressive on the bank, wow. This can win or cost her the set. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, she's stolen this rack. She's still in this set, Gath.
Absolutely. 2 big bank shots, Tim. And we've got a good glimpse of Sophia Mast in her chair there. She's done as much as she could to stay in that rack towards the end. Looked like she got herself back in it. But Jasmine Ushan gets 1 back. Score, she trails 3 racks to 1 against Sophia Mast. And this is the second set. Sophia just 1 away from taking us to a 3rd. I'm sure Jasmine has other ideas as she takes a good gulp of water before her break. And yeah, I'm sure the guys will not mind waiting. They're probably somewhere in the background watching. And the next round of the men's is the start of the last 32, so we're really getting to the business end. Tim's alluded to some of the big names. Please do visit ProBilliardSeries.com. You can get the full list of all the big guns out there. We have two of them in the women's discipline on our table right now. Jasmine Ushan to break. She trails 3 racks to 1, but she does lead 1-0 in this best of 3 set format. The 2 took a very useful knock and has gone in, and there's a shot on the 1 in the center, but the 10 might be hampering her queuing.
Look where that 10 ball moves from over the bottom left, gets bumped by the 2, and goes all the way to where the cue ball is awkward. Like, do you understand the difference between that 10 ball just staying over the corner, yes or no on this? This is brutal. It's small things like that you have no control over, but it can actually make or break you.
Yeah, and the cameraman just picking up Jasmine's reaction there. Just a flick of the head to the side. Maybe a little bit of disbelief on what that 10 ball has actually done, as you were pointing out, Tim. I mean, do you dare drop this in to the center pocket? No, you don't. But what you don't want to do is double kiss that 1 ball and leave it hanging out for her young opponent, Sophia Mast. And yeah, nothing at this moment feeling like it's going Jasmine's way, even after taking that last rack. But Sophia just needs 1 to take this second set.
Do we see anything that could pose a threat? I don't think it will be the 4, 5, 6. Maybe 7 to the 8, as in you need to get kind of close to the 8, but still leave yourself a small angle, not too straight. And then from the 9 to the 10, always under pressure. I mean, this kind of layout in the beginning of the match or to win the second set, definitely a different feeling to it.
Yeah, agree, Tim. And Sophia confidently playing the cue ball through the 6-9 to get the shape she wants on the 5. And that's allowed her just to float up for this 6 with a natural angle, taking the cue ball towards the 10. Using the 10, and that has left the cue ball straight as a die on this 7, and that's going to change the way she takes this shot on now. Yeah, just dropping it in, and now leaving a rather tricky 8. It's a big shot, but we know when Sophia does get in stroke, she is not just confident, but aggressive, and backs it up with some great shots. This is the time for it.
Yeah, she has to play this with top left spin too. You cannot just drop this in and let the pressure get the better of you on the 9. Have to do a bit more. Cue ball will track to the top left corner. And she's missed it and she scratched. Oh dear.
What a swing. What a swing. Yeah, you felt she had to take it on, Tim. It was a real tricky shot. Needed to be played precisely, and as you said, was always going to flirt with that corner pocket. from 3-0 up. You said it, Tim. Jasmine's not out of it. She never is. That being demonstrated here.
Yeah, we'll have to play the short side of the 10 unless she really goes 3 rails around the angles, which, I mean, she's trying to keep it simple, obviously. So this 10 to minimize the deficit, 3-2. A possible comeback in the making.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Tim, this is going to be a real big test of Sophia Mast's character. I'm sure she's been in these positions many times in the past. But if she can hold it together here and take any chances that Jasmine may leave her, she'd really like to be back in her chair, getting ready for the third set. You mentioned, Tim, there's got to be a point where Jasmine just decides to go for it. We also mentioned her game plan has really been to stifle Sophia Mast and not let her, give her the opportunity to let her stroke out. This is a big break for her, trading 3 racks to 2 in the second set.
Well, I have to say that 10 ball is moving a lot towards that corner now. Early 10 balls are not allowed. 10 on the break is not allowed. It has to be the last ball pocketed to win the rack. But that 1 ball moved over just enough to where she could take a crack at this 1 ball with left spin. Try to get to where she is now, possibly a bit further, short side. Nothing obvious though, she's not guaranteed to be on the 2, so we could easily see her try to get on the 2 and then possibly a save on the 2 ball.
Yeah, she's trying to bring that cue ball down as you suggested, Tim. Runs into the 6. That might have helped her a little bit here. Sophia back at the table with maybe a sliver of the blue 2 to look at. Will that be enough? She's called the 6, I think, in the corner, just as a bit of insurance. Oh, wanted to catch that 6 thicker. That 2 has leaked through the gap. Not easy to get on the 3 though, Tim. Jasmine having a little survey of what could possibly come off that 6 ball. But this is no gimme to get her around for the 3. She went right through the gap, clean as a whistle. Oh, interesting position, Tim. Freezing the cue ball off a bank shot. Could be on. But I think Jasmine's looking at a safety option.
Yeah, I gotta go. She doesn't go for it. This is... I mean, on the other side, her trying to grind it out has brought her back to 3-2. But make that bank and you're on the 4. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen if you do not make the bank? I don't think you sell out.
Completely agree. I really fancied the bank there. We're not at the table. Jasmine has certainly come into this match with a strategy and a game plan. Sophia just taking an extension here. Not a bad shout. Not completely obvious the shot she can play here. I don't know if she can play the 3 back up the table and run the cue ball into the 6 perhaps as a blocker. Just coming off the long rail in front of the centre pocket. And the cue ball did run into the 6 and stay down at this end of the table. Did it actually get in the way? Oh, it has.
Oh. But then again, same thing. The only thing she should be thinking about is, hey, if I can make this 3 ball, look at the shape on the 4. I understand she's wanting to have ball in hand, but I mean, occasionally you're gonna make one. You kinda have to.
She has called the 3, Tim. Looks like she's going long rail onto it. Oh, and that was the slightest of movements on that red 3. Wow, what a game of margins. Look at that 3 ball, Tim.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm super surprised she went for the rail first. I mean, she's got the hook behind the A2. But then again, on this jump, why is Sophia not trying to jump this in? They're so focused on not trying to lose.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I actually think she'd made that bank there, but there was always the chance of the double kiss, which is exactly what happened. And on other occasions, that cue ball may have tracked behind the 7, but it hasn't. If you look, it was on its way, I'm sure. Advantage Jasmine. Oh, wow. And she's turned away. Not happy with that at all. Wow.
Yeah, it's just... At some point, the loss of words is an understatement. I mean, I know we are definitely paid to talk, but what to say about? I mean, this is pool 2. You know, it's just so much. At some point, emotions flowing all over, and now it really has become a big struggle too. Listen, we're playing now 2 hours, almost 20 minutes, and she's missed that 3 ball.
Yeah, that was all in of her own making. She didn't get the right shape on that 3, had to force that cue ball, maybe even cheat the pocket slightly, and that's not worked out at all. And as you can see from the replay on the overhead, that 3 ball has tracked into, again, a lovely position. Fully expect Jasmine this time to put this one away. And then straight on the 6. Big inhale from Jasmine. She understands the importance of this rack.
again, the loss of words. And the weird thing too is that I've seen both players play so well. The first set was really stable. So just the set system really getting their minds mixed up.
Well, just want to point out, it is winners qualification. So the loser still has a shout in the losers bracket and will continue. But both these players playing like their life's on it. And there's been some nerves, there's been some great safeties, a couple of misses, unexpected. And that's all kept this drama flowing lovely on table one today. What an opening match for day 4 we're having.
Well, she does make the clean cut, but then again, she played it just center ball. I kind of feel like she was a bit afraid to play outside spin, and this cut, this looks to be quite close to the scratch in the sides. I feel like she has to draw the cue ball away from the scratch, which makes this twice as hard.
Yeah,
At
as soon as that cue ball came off the cushion, Tim, she was throwing daggers at it. Oh, good recovery, and gets back to 3 apiece. Hill thriller in the second set. And, well, she's still not looking completely comfortable, but she's very much in this second set. It did look like Sophia Mast could have run away with the second set, but, wow, this, I'm not going to call this at all, Tim. This could go anywhere. Mentioning earlier that Sophia Mast, World Junior Champion, from Tuesday, 3 days from now, we will be kicking off our WPA World Teams events, and at the same time, our Pro Billiard Sports Las Vegas Junior Open. And so we will have a few days of watching the young guns that are coming onto the scene. And this young lady, one of them indeed, and a bright future ahead. Taking Jasmine Ushan all the way in the second set here, and if she does get us through to a third set, great to see the confidence brimming. Every break seems like it's becoming so important to the players, Tim. Well, it looked like she was going to make a ball there, but it didn't drop. Try break. Yeah, the 4 looked like it wanted to go. And that brings Sophia Mast to the table. There is a shot on this 1 ball, but the 2 is hampered by the 3 into the bottom left corner. So that means Sophia will turn down that shot.
Oh.
Oh, the cue ball slides past the 5.
Yeah, devastating cue ball control for Jasmine. I mean, this is not the position she wants to be in. Could not have played it any better, Sophia Mast.
Yeah, it's Jasmine's turn to be locked against an object ball. She's been doing this to her opponent with great success so far in this match. And what an escape she's managed to pull out there. A well-deserved applause from the crowd.
Yeah, now just look at that cluster along the rail though. I feel like no reason to pocket the one ball. Well, unless she's gonna be planning a safety on the two ball, which she probably is. I mean, we might play a 2-8-3 combination, but I'm very sure that she won't. That's why they are on the big stage.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to think I could take on the 2-8-3 combination, but never in a million years would I make it. Needs good cue ball here. Oh, and has very, very good shot. Needed to be played with children's gloves, that one. Is she going to be able to jump that?
Well, she will be able to jump that, but she'll have to elevate a lot, and the accuracy will be a bit less.
Wow, popped it over.
For?
I don't think so.
No.
No. Difficult jump shot, made to look easy. And rolled the 4 in, uncalled, so brings Sophia back to the table. Now on the odd occasion, Sophia could give this back, but not on this one.
Oh, needs a good cue ball, needs to go behind the 6. She does that again. This is a really good shot. This is also a big difference. How often do you see players play this and it's containing, so the 2 ball is safe and the cue ball gets to the short rail, but your opponent can still have the open choice to play either side of the ball. Now, okay, she is kicking this. So much at stake. Sophia trying to stay in this match. Was 3-0 up, so she's gonna feel the heat. Jasmine feels like she might be able to overcome a big hurdle. Oh, and again that fin contact on the 2 ball that she just feathered. And again.
Yeah. Great 2-rail escape. You see that 2 ball not moving much at all, but good contact. Now, is there a delicate shot to be played here to bring the 5 in the middle? Not today. Maybe even called the 9. Just for insurance, but what a great cue ball she's played there. I didn't see that coming.
Well, I kind of like the dynamic of this match just because of how much they're pulling the strings on each other overall. I mean, it's impossible to keep them tight the whole match, the whole 2.5 hours now, but super hit.
Again, making great contact. Sophia must be thinking to herself, how safe is actually safe? But it's refreshing to see her giving Jasmine a little taste of her own medicine. She'll be looking to do the same again here. Oh, pace looks great. Line looks great. Oh, just half roll short of going behind the 3. But still covered by the 7, I feel.
Yeah, she'll have the cover at least over the long rail, and the 7 ball's blocking it, and the 8 is blocking to go past the side. So she's gonna kick in front of the side with a lot of left, which makes the kick a lot more difficult. And there is the opening shot, the reward.
Take nothing away from Jasmine there. She's made another great escape. But as you said, Tim, this is what Sophia has worked hard for. She's been rewarded. Not the easiest of layouts on the table, but certainly no big problems as that 2-ball wipes its feet before it decides to pot. This could be the big shot. I've just noticed the 8's blocking the 6, so yeah, asked a lot of that pot.
Oh, just needs to hold up, doesn't want to get straight. The crowd is clapping, but she might not be happy at all.
No. Great shot. She hammered it in with a lot of premise to get the cue ball round the table. But where she's left herself now really makes the next shot, or rather position from this shot, tricky. What other options does she have but just to... Oh, she's going to rub off the side of it, Tim.
And behind the 8, no.
Not far away.
Yeah, I cannot imagine Jasmine taking the cut on this 5-ball. We've seen her turn down easier shots than this. But yet, she looks to be lining up for it.
Can she play it with an element of safety in mind? Because if she can, Tim, that may push her over the edge on this decision making. Oh, she made the cut, and the cue ball with a tap on the table has caught the middle jaw. And has that shot that touched the 8 earlier from Sophia opened up the pathway for the 6? Oh, the camera angle will take her.
She's landed better actually because of the side pocket point than if she had missed it. Now this is a chance to close it out. I'm not gonna say this again, but if she wins this match, she really survived the scare because she was awful close to going to a 3rd set. Oh.
Yeah, you have to you have to give her full credit. Even in the 2nd set, trailing 3-0. It's been one hell of a journey for her, and she has been up against one tough opponent.
Oh, where is that cue ball gone? Where is that gone? Oh,
she's talking to it. Oh, Tim. She is talking to the ball. She's talking to herself. Where did that go wrong?
Well, does she not just... If she plays maybe a tip of inside spin, she cannot be wrong on the 9. She has to slice this in. And she hasn't. That 9 is going to stay over the corner. This is a gift to Sophia Mast. Can you believe what is happening here? 3-0 down. Comes back to 3 each. Fails to run out there. And, well, we've got 2 balls in front of the corners. Another lifeline for Sophia Mast. The pink dagger just needs this 10 ball.
Well, if Carl Biado and David Al-Qaeda is out there waiting for their match to begin, they may have to stay in their seats, because Sophia Mast, after watching her opponent claw back into her 3-0 lead, has managed to pip it at the end and take the second set 4 racks to 3, and we'll move into our third set as the girls just run away and take a quick break. I would suggest my colleague Tim de Ruyter and myself, Gethin Davis, do the same. I'm out of coffee, Tim. We'll be back with you very shortly for the start of the final and third set. Please don't go anywhere. Well, a very warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this absolute nail-biter of a winner's qualification matchup between Yasmin Ushan and Sophia MAST. Yasmin Ushan kicking off our third and final set. My name's Gethin Davis. And joining me back in the box, my good colleague, Tim de Ruyter. Well, I've got no nails left, Tim.
I'm completely lost right now. This is the weirdest thing ever. I was so ecstatic to see how great they played in the opening set. And now I feel like both players, they're all over the place. Sophia missing a 3-ball. Then Yasmin not getting out with the 8, 9, 10 on the table. It has been quite a roller coaster. I would say this is very enjoyable to watch, but my heart, I know at some point it's going to stop.
Well, I don't know if you picked up on it, Tim, but during the break, I just had a quick look at the stats, and it didn't appear that Sophia MAST, after all of those safeties she'd put Yasmin in, that she didn't draw any fouls from them. So I'm not too sure if that's correct or not, but what a statistic after all of the safety play that's been played. Would be a testament to Jasmine if she was able to 100% success escape rate. Now, is there a shot for Sophia to put the cue ball behind the 7 here and lock up Jasmine?
Well, she's going to try and bank the one ball over where the cue ball is now. Oh, she's got a double kiss, and well, that cue ball could have been straight down the drain.
Little interesting cluster developed over by the one ball. Jasmine having a very close look. Also for the ref to call her extension. Can she just rub off the side of it, pushing the 1 into the 3 and coming across the table, perhaps? Maybe even into the 5.
Yeah, real first. I like this. This is a strong play. Good call.
Yeah, that's a very tricky escape. There's no way of coming underneath it. It looks like there may be a window between the 2 and the 3, but let me tell you, there isn't. You're going to have to go up the table. Is there a pathway around the 7? Or is there a 1 rail sliding past the purple 4?
Well, with some left spin, it's so tough to judge the pace with the left spin, and I think I would have preferred to play this with a lower pace, that in case you do not make the contact, I was never going to try and open the 2-5-3 up. So you run out, now suddenly available after that great safety shot from Ushan.
Yeah, that's a real nice point you made there, Tim, for our budding amateurs and fans out there. Because what Sophia's done there is opened up that cluster, and as you said, it's turned it into a rack-winning opportunity for Jasmine. And she will be so keen to get off to a better start in this set than in the second. Too much difficulty out there. Just making sure you can get back from the 4 to the 5. Yep, come up high on the 4. Good position. Difficult to call at the moment, Tim, because there has been some strange situations out there.
Yeah, she might be drawing in between the 5-9. Just gotta be careful not to land near the short rail, but the pace has been good. Now, I did have a little look at the draw at the ProBilliardSeries.com website, and I seem to see that they have rescheduled the Carlo Biado against Al-Qaeda match to another table. I mean, obviously you cannot leave the players to wait for this match running late. So that means we will not have a match. Well, we do have a lot more matches coming for today, just not that match on TV table 1. And our next match thus will be at 1 p.m. Las Vegas time. On this table, of course, we still have table 2 running with Shane Van Boning against Miguel Salvia, and the table 3 not with a full production, but still more streams, more action.
I was watching table 3 back this morning, and there was a great matchup with Fedor Gorst. There's been some great matches streamed on that channel as well. So much action for our fans. It's great. And so much action for you and I, Tim. And Jasmine Ushan will be looking to brush off the second set and put it in the back of her mind. and takes the opening rack in this third and deciding set. It's the start she wanted, Tim, but as we both know, there's still a lot of pool left in this match, and I would never rule Sophia MAST out. When that young lady gets in stroke, she is a formidable talent, so, well, this might not finish until 4 p.m. I'm trying to work out my Vegas time now.
Yeah, it's difficult for us. It's a challenge. Yeah, it's just interesting though. I think if you look at this match, Jasmine maybe played a little bit too much to keep a hold of that lead in the second set. And now I kind of feel like we see the same Jasmine we've seen in the first set. Like now I feel like she's playing just fine. So I'm not sure what exactly happened there in the decision making that got her a bit all over the place. But now she seems just fine. Real strong first rack in the third and deciding set.
That one ball was tracking over towards the centre pocket, but got a big wallop out the way as we watch that Arcos 2-6 ball come to a spinning stall. Sophia is out of her chair with a good look at this one. That 2 ball is not in a pretty position, but Sophia back to the table nevertheless.
Well, possibly a 2-7 combination. Now it looks to be quite straight. Just gotta be careful not to have the 2 ball to run all the way over to the 9.
Yeah, it was a difficult combo. May have left a gap for Jasmine on the 2. Looks tight from here. Is she just trying to pop over the edge, or is she jacking up just to screw back? She may have just need to lump over the edge, but with the action she's got on the cue ball, Tim, she's put herself in a little spot of bother.
Yeah, she'll have to be kicking this 3 ball. I don't think she can hit it directly, and well, yeah, she can look for the target to get the 3 ball behind the 5-10.
Some clapping in the background. Full appreciation for that shot. Now, a kick and stick could see Sophia returning the favour here.
Oh, nice.
You'll like
hit
that
there,
one, Tim.
kick and stick. Yeah, classic. And it's not easy. The 3 ball was like half a diamond off the short rail, so it's easy when the ball is kind of close to the rail. But this time to kick it so full in the face is the main objective. She's done really well. And look at that 3 ball ending up in the middle of the traffic too. We need a very strong cab driver to go through 2 rails and find a window between the 4 and the 6.
Well, Jasmine has produced quite a bit of magic throughout this match. Sophia putting her in some real tricky spots. This is one of them yet again. And a good stretch as well.
Yeah, the kick and stick has proven very worthy.
Yeah,
Yes.
ball in hand really does work. Well, the 4 may not go to the corner pocket, but with ball in hand, she could come underneath and look for an angle to float on down for the 5. As you see there, the 9 ball just hampering it into that pocket. So Sophia just running into the 6 to hold the cue ball for the 4. Well, I would suggest into the bottom left corner.
Oh, doesn't want to be on top of the 7. Is she still fine the cue by the ball? Yes, she is. Okay. That was already a nail biter to her. I think she also looked a bit worried there. Now, a bit more of a firmer stroke. She has to go back, possibly 2 rails. Oh. She certainly likes that 7 ball. She's getting awful close to it twice now. How is she going to get from this 6 to the 7, Gav?
I'm not sure, Tim. In fact, I think each time she's just pushed that 7 closer to the long rail, so if she can jack up a little bit, she'll maybe just leave the cue ball somewhere down there. She played that in probably the best she could. And this is the key shot, you feel. Needs to put a stroke on this. Ooh, and it was a difficult shot. The 7 ball seems to have finished on the spot, maybe just a bit higher up, and both in a line with the cue ball, Tim. This is a big shot for Jasmine. It's not an easy one either. Ooh, turns it down, Tim. Plays a pretty decent shot by all accounts, leaving an edge for Sophia to look at, but if she takes that edge on, that 7's going to track towards the corner pocket, so it may be too flat and too close to the cushion for her to be able to play a 1 rail kick and stick, so it's going to be the 2 rail. And wasn't close really by all accounts, and that will be ball in hand to Jasmine, and a chance for Sophia to bring it back to 1 apiece. Seems to be slipping away here.
Well, the crowd definitely is gathering around this table. Everybody knows that this could be another big upset. And imagine, this is not even the single elimination yet. Can you imagine the pressure, the crowd, the whole atmosphere when we get there? This is to qualify for the last 16 players. The loser of this match does have another chance as well.
These guys will not be thinking about that though. They'll be thinking going back to their hotel rooms without the concern of having to come back to play in the losers bracket. Jasmine Ushan didn't need asking twice in the second rack, and she now takes a 2-0 lead in the 3rd and deciding set. Retains the break, and well, time is starting to run out on Sophia here. But yeah, standing room only now by the looks of it, Tim. Westgate.
And the loser of this match does draw Chia Hua-chen, who we seen yesterday. She beat Rubelan Amit. A very strong match from both players. So not a very easy draw. And also the one that loses this match will definitely be very disappointed because they both have the opportunities to win this.
Yeah, agreed, Tim. Yeah, great performance from Chahua Chen against Rubelan Amit, who was the reigning, or is the reigning champion from last year's Las Vegas Open. Very strong performance. So even the losers bracket looking as tough. You have to think Sophia's still in this, especially if there's any rockiness from Jasmine. She settles down to break. She needs 2 racks to 0 in this final and deciding set.
Well, balls scattering all over the place. And the first thing to look at is how the 2, 6, 7 and the 8 are making it a little bit of an awkward area. So we're going to see a big battle on the 1 ball and possibly another big battle on the 2 ball. And then we're going to find out who will be able to clinch this rack.
She's just summing up her options there, Tim. Just wondering if she can play the 1 up and down the table towards the 9 and maybe bring the cue ball behind the 5, but I think she's called a pocket here. Not too sure what she's called. Yeah, similar shot to what I was suggesting, getting good distance between the balls. Maybe was hoping to get a contact on the 3 to put Jasmine in more trouble than she is right now. Is she looking at a thin contact on this right-hand side of the 1 as we're looking at it? Should be flirting with the 10 ball if so.
Or maybe the cue ball to the left. She was trying to crawl behind the 9. That's a risky play. She played a really good 1 ball though. Well, she might have played mainly the 1 ball and tried the cue ball as an extra. I was thinking maybe to bring the cue ball up to the 7.
1 ball, 1 pocket.
But she's definitely put Sophia in a bit of a spot. If she goes real first and makes the 1 ball, she won't really have anything on the 2 ball, so it starts back again. If she makes the 1 ball, and she hasn't, does that 1 ball stop in time? Well, the leave is alright. She's still alive. No easy roll up on the 9. 10 ball comes back up, doesn't count as the win.
Yeah, that's not the easiest of shapes on the 1. Is she looking just to run the 1 into the 9 thick and get the cue ball going somewhere? That face would suggest she's as unsure as we are.
I like what she's tried there. But, I mean, it's already a great shot, not running into any of the balls on the left. But just a diamond further, and the cue ball could have been above the 3 ball.
Great cut. No pocket for the 2, but makes the 1. Not sure if she can put the 1 against the 7, but maybe put the 2 against the 7. Ooh, that's just not gone right for her there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with how it's laying. Even if Sofia leaves this 2-ball, it's not a guaranteed run out with the 6 not going to the bottom. So you will have to get perfect from 5 to 6 and land to the short side. And that's why she's played another safe. And I do understand the choice in some way. On the other side, she should be able to run out.
Well, there's a little bit of angle sliding past the 10. If she wanted to try the 1 cushion escape, going this way she has to queue over the 7. And that's gone straight into the centre pocket, and just jacking up made that shot a little bit more treacherous. The 1 rail escape would have needed a good chunk of left-hand side, so yeah, it just didn't release off the 2nd cushion. So well, I'll be interested to see how many safeties Jasmine has played. But she's yet again rewarded with ball in hand. And will that 6 become a thorn in her side?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. Not sure what exactly the difference was between the 2 balls she had earlier and this run out, or the fact that she now got ball in hand and she has to play the run out. But she'll have to play the perfect shape from the orange 5 to the green 6, and she's already landed a bit too much angle on this 4, and that is not going to give her that big angle on the 5 she needs. I'm almost considering running into the right side of the 8 with a lot of pace, like try to open something. But that's probably where you should stay patient and play another save.
No, but you are right, Tim. Any good contact on the edge of that 8 could get that 7 and 8 out of the way for the 6 to pass, but we'll not know now. And there is, well, no real angle to run into them from here, I would suggest, but both players have been surprising me no end in this match.
Oh, that is short. Not sure if she was trying to get on a bank maybe to the side, but she'll be trying to cut the 6 ball next to the 7 and then leave the cue ball at the bottom of the 10. This view, thin contact. The only thing you got to make sure is you do not leave a straight combination. And then again, also, if Sofia can make a pretty solid hit on the 6, that 6 ball will go up table. The cue ball could partially hit the 8 and stay somewhat behind it. So there is a chance to be taken here.
She did get that thick hit you were talking about, Tim. Didn't catch any of the 8. That's not a bad 6. And where the 8 is, it makes position on the 7 tricky, so be surprised if... Oh, she has called it, Tim. Can't say that she'll be guaranteed on the 7 after this. makes the pot.
Oh, that flick on the 8 is gonna help her. Oh, wow. That is a major roll. Sure, she does play a great cut, queuing over the 8 with left spin. But there's so many things that could have gone wrong. She could have scratched. She could have bumped the 8 full in the face and be hooked. That little flick determines the outcome in a major way. 3-wheel shape back to the center of the table. Oh, she did not play as much. Oh, look at this. Did she get on the 8 that way?
Well, it just looked like Jasmine was going to get a couple of rubs, but wasn't able to avoid the 10, and look where that cue ball's ended up. She's just going to slide off of it and look for cover. This third rack isn't over, Tim.
Which is very exciting, but also very shocking.
Yeah, it must be infuriating for Jasmine, but she's such a seasoned professional. I'm sure she's seen it all before.
Oh, I like how she hit it. Good pace, at least, to get the distance. She caught it. She cut the ball just slightly too much. Fuller contact would have given her the perfect kick and stick. So now this long 8 ball, you would assume players to make this because they don't have to do much with the cue ball, but it's all about straight cueing any side spin. Makes the ball go wrong, and there you go, aiming and the side spin in general.
Dare I say, Tim, a little bit of shot clock thrown into the mix. Both girls feeling it somewhat. Don't blame them. But this, well, the difference between 3-0 and 2-1, absolutely massive at this point in the match. Oh, she's run into the 10. Knew she was, Tim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was no reason to run into the 10, right? She's probably going to play the overcut on the 9 and leave a tough shot. I would be surprised if she goes aggressive to make the ball. She did go aggressive to make the ball. She's hung the 9.
Clearly felt this was a good opportunity to just steal that one back and ask a question of Jasmine, and it's stuck in the jaws, Tim. Not easy when they're in the jaws like this, and where the 10 ball is, she may need to move the cue ball more than she'd like to on this shot.
Oh, bit full. This is not gonna get close to the 10, but I mean, as a player, you would say it's just fine. It's not a monster cut, but surely missable.
Sophia sat in the perfect position to see the line of this 10. She'll know straight away if she's coming back out of her chair or not. And there we have it, Tim. Could have gone either way, this third rack. It has gone to the favor of the Austrian. And Jasmine Ushan, in this third and deciding set, takes a very useful 3-0 lead. Finds herself on the hill, match hill, because as of now it's a must-win for Sophia, and it will take us to a shootout if she's able to win the next 3 in a row. As we just look over at the stats, as I mentioned, Tim, if you look down at the bottom on the defense, Sophia MAST has been unable up until that very last rack draw a foul. Strong stuff.
Definitely strong stuff. The only thing I'm a bit surprised about is if you look at the missed shots, it's 9 against 11, and 8 of Jasmine's were in set 1 and 2, and then 9 of the 11 for Sophia were in set 2 and 3. Can you imagine? That mainly determined that bit of, well, bit of momentum for the other side, I would say, but it's just weird. Like to miss 9 or 11 balls in 3 sets time, I'm a bit shocked to see that. But also if you consider, if you look at the offensive fouls, 2 in the match for Jasmine and 12 for Sophia, but yet we are very close to still have a shootout. So it just shows that everything combined just made this match into a screwdriver. I mean, it's super tight. I don't think we are far from over, but let's see. Yasmin Ushan to break.
Made the 1 this time. How's the look on the 2? This could be one of her most useful breaks of the match so far.
Well, I was gonna say she's gonna be happy to see this, but she's actually not gonna be happy to see this just because of where the 3 ball is. No future at all to go aggressive on this 2 ball.
Well, she has called it. I'm just wondering if she can play again, this with an element of safety. Just try and freeze the cue ball, but she would be flirting with the centre pocket. Oh, judged to perfection, and well, yeah, there wasn't really, didn't look obvious that she could get this combination lined up, and she has, and it's a very useful one. You feel if she makes this and holds position on the 3, this will be her back to lose. Oh, Tim, did I speak too soon?
Yeah, I was starting to get afraid to say anything at this point. I mean, I'm not gonna say she might not be able to make this. It might be super thin. She might be able to play the double kiss, to where the double kiss forces the 3 ball towards the pocket. But I mean, I'm wondering, why did she not play a stop shot, for example? No, it was okay. She was so close to not be able to continue the run from that position.
I think you
Now we're
really...
we're
I was going
we're
to say,
far
Tim,
from
I think
done
really
yet.
you really cottoned onto something though earlier. It has been a game of 2 Jasmines. Her first set performance compared to her second, like 2 different ladies out there, and now she seems to have returned back to her first set form. How's the angle on this 6 though, Tim? Is she going to be forced to have to go for this in the centre pocket?
No, the center pocket will be too tight. She will have to play the short side of the 7. Straight will be horrendous to get from the 7 to the 8. But then yet, if she comes up too short, she will not even be able to cut the 7 in. So has to land perfect on a piece of paper, you would almost say. This is a bit pacey. This is a bit pacey. Well, she has landed all the way to the short rail, and this is actually enough to go to the other side of the 8. That means we might get the ending of this match. I'm not sure if anybody watching this was actually wondering if we would ever get the ending. This just felt like there was another tilt to the story.
I wouldn't speak too soon, Tim. Where's that cue ball tracking? Far away from the corner pocket. She was flirting with that top right corner in her last shot. But now seems to have it a bit more under control. And this 8, 9, 10 to put an end to a very entertaining winners qualification match. I wonder if all the other matches have been as exciting as this in this round.
Well, she's now straight in on the 10. Yasmin Ushan just needs this 10 ball and a big side there. Just this 10 ball to make it to the final 16.
And there you have it, Tim. Yasmin Ushan, after an absolute thriller of a match, gives Sophia Mast a big hug. They both had to dig deep, and on this occasion, Yasmin winning in a 3-set thriller, making the last set look easy by the scoreline, but that's not a reflection on this match